Got a message that says this is being live streamed. That's fine. And I think the last time I clicked on it, I got in trouble.
We just checked it right one.
Maybe it'll go away. All right. The first order of business is to appoint an alternate for Ann. So we have one alternate here. So Diane, please serve for Ann. And let's gotta click on that thing. It went away. Okay. And Mike Doyle's here. Okay, so we have 5. Right?
Yep.
Okay. And I didn't hear from anybody else. Melissa, I haven't heard from. Okay, so let's proceed. Approval of the minutes of October 4th regular meeting. Anybody have any comments or corrections?
Oh, yeah, something. What was it?
There was a lot of pages. I didn't find anything. I'm impressed with whoever did it.
Thought I saw.
I also read those minutes and I don't have any corrections or omissions to identify.
That was good.
Well, I got one. I think Donna's name is spelled wrong. Are we talking about the 10-4 ones?
Yeah, what line was that? Weinstein?
71. Isn't that spelled wrong?
Yeah.
Weinstein?
And
Yeah.
she's also not on the present line.
Yeah.
Right.
Did she come late?
I feel like she was a few minutes late.
Maybe, yeah.
Not that I'm trying to out her or anything.
But- Well, it's spelled the same way in both places, isn't it?
It's not correct.
Should be
I feel like
IE.
It's not correct.
It just looks wrong.
So both places it needs to be corrected.
Right. It's BEINSTEIN. At least I'll point out it's spelled differently on the September minutes. I'm not sure
Well,
that I could swear which is accurate, but
Yeah, it should be EI.
here's EI and it should be IE.
there
No,
you
it should
go.
be EI.
So it's
Yeah.
EI on mine.
Line 71 is IE.
I'll check the website.
It's weird. I don't have it on line 71. I have it
You
on
looking at
line 69. Huh?
Oh.
This is,
Oh, you
Oh,
got different
God.
minutes. You got different
no,
minutes.
I got the wrong minutes. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I was looking at 10-4.
Yeah, I got it on line 71 too.
Okay, good. Any other corrections?
Nope. I'll move approval of the minutes with the change to the spelling of Donna's last name on line 71
And in the min-
and adding her to the attendance.
Okay. I'll second that.
second by Bruce. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, carries 5-0. Thank you. All right, the first order of business.
Well,
is-
Wait a second.
yeah, what about the September ones? They weren't on the agenda, so can we approve them or do we have to wait till next meeting?
I didn't,
They're in the Dropbox.
Yeah, they are, but they're not on the agenda.
Wow.
well, we can make a motion to amend the agenda if you want to do that.
Yeah, we should just get it over with. It's getting
Okay.
old.
Make-
Yeah.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to consider the minutes of whatever it was.
September 20th.
Okay, Bruce,
I'll second that.
who made the motion? I can't make the motion.
Doyle.
Sure you can.
Well, Mike, say, okay, seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained. Okay, now we'll consider the minutes of September, whatever, 19th, 18th, 17th. Any comments, corrections?
On line 64, my last name is spelled incorrectly. It should be Doyle. It's Dolye.
Yeah. I feel bad, Mike. I didn't notice the misspelling in your name, but I noticed mine was misspelled twice. On
I
line
feel like
50,
I missed yours.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
line 53 and line 171, my last name's not spelled correctly.
Oh, it is not.
Kevin, how are you doing? Any GREYs?
I think they spelled it right this time.
Okay, any other corrections? Okay, we have a motion to approve the minutes as modified, corrected.
So moved.
Moved by Mike,
I'll second.
second by Kevin.
Kevin.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Okay, carries in 5-0, and we did some more work than we were assigned today. Okay, first order of business is public hearing. So, Mr. Vice Chairman, would you read the call for application 21-21?
Application 21-21 of the Simsbury Zoning Commission applicant Michael Glidden, CFM CZEO agent, application for a text amendment to the zoning regulations with the addition of section 2.6 to the regulations for the purpose of a temporary and limited moratorium on cannabis establishments in Simsbury for a period of 1 year.
Okay. And can we have the applicant tell us what the signs look like? Oh, we got Ann out of Midway.
No, we're not doing applicant. We're on 21-21
Moratorium.
moratorium first. There's no signs there.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misread it. Thank you. I didn't listen to you.
Yeah, apparently.
All right. You got me. I was distracted by Ann. Where did Ann go? She's gone again. All right. Any comments or questions from the commissioners on this?
The only thing I saw the planning commission ask that we consider ending it before a year for economic development purposes. But if we, I guess if we had regs written before then, that would be fine. But we went with a year so that we gave us time to get them written. So I would leave it the way it is because we can always cut it short.
Well, we can always
Right.
make it longer too, Kevin.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
another 6 months. It could be 18.
right. So it can go either way.
But we
So
can
the
end it
1 year-
anytime we're ready. We can end it for any reason we
Right.
want.
That's correct.
Right.
So,
I was just recognizing their comments.
yep. Any other comments or thoughts? I think somebody's taking over our screen here. All right. Let's,
Was Mike
Are there
gonna
any-
comment on?
any comments from the,
Did
from
you
the
see this?
public? Laura, any comments from the public?
I have not received any public comment. I don't know if you were able to review Mike's staff report.
Mike,
That
get a
was-
staff report on that?
He did.
He
Yes.
did.
He's the applicant. How can he do a staff report?
No, I didn't see a staff report.
Yeah, well, that was in the Dropbox?
That was in the Dropbox.
Yes.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
today. It might have been
Oh. okay.
dated today.
It was dated today. Actually, it's dated, yep. Mhm. Pretty much, he just went over again, exactly what you guys previously discussed, that the moratorium, if you wanted to reduce the time period, you could. It can be no more than 18 months. The planning commission comment about they found it consistent, but they were requesting a shorter period of time if we were able to address it. And he did have a draft motion in there.
Okay, well, this is the public hearing, so we've got no comments from the public. We've heard Mike's comments, and we've heard the planning commission's comments. So are we ready to close the public hearing?
But just let me make one more comment. I misstated my the material I extracted from the Dropbox. I did get an October 18th document that Mike generated that I think is the one that Laura's referring to. So at about 3 o'clock this afternoon, it was on the, it was in the Dropbox.
Yeah, no, it's been added. It wasn't there when I reviewed everything yesterday.
Okay.
Okay, so
So I move, Mr. Chairman, I move that we close the public hearing on application 2121.
your second,
I'll second it.
second by Mike Doyle, moved by Kevin Gray. Any further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Okay, it carries 5-0. Actually, it can carry 6-0. Ann, are you voting? Ann's
He has to get unmuted.
muted and she's got a mask on. And I don't know what's happening, but the motion carries
Yeah.
5-0. All right, so the motion, that application is closed, or that public hearing is closed. The next public hearing is 2122. And Mr. Vice Chairman, can you read the call?
Application 2122 of the First Church and Ecclesiastical Society of Simsbury, Inc. Applicant Linda Loriano of Part FX Signs, agent, application for special exception pursuant to Section 9.6 of the zoning regulations for the construction of new permanent signs for identification and public purposes at an institutional land use for plans provided Zone Z40 located at 689 Hot Meadow Street.
Thank you. And may we have some words from the applicant as to what is being proposed?
Sure. Good evening, Commission. Linda Loriano with Artifact Signs. With me tonight is Lauren Rosen. You see him here in the background, and president of Artifact Signs. And Ann, can grab your last name, Ann. I apologize. She is with the First Church, First Church tonight.
Also Chris Burnett.
Oh, sorry, I missed you, Chris. Okay. Tonight, we are requesting a special exception through section 9.6, permanent signs for identification.
Already building leader, 1643, service to Detroit. I'm trying to hold on to 81 through 30. Go ahead, start lining up to your side.
Well, we got Zoom bomb. Somebody wasn't muted.
I think Ann.
I know it's Ann.
on mute.
With her flight announcements.
Oh, but she's
Right.
muted.
I'm still here.
Okay, that's all right.
Commission, the reason for our request is, okay.
Continue.
Okay, the reason for our request through section 9.6 is due to the fact that First Church is located in a residential zone R40. Residential zones only allow for one ground sign with a maximum square footage of 32 square feet through a site plan approval and a use that's permitted through a special permit or special exception. Therefore, I know Lauren has been working with First Church and the need for signage on their lot, which is a little over 6 acres of land, and also a frontage both on West Street and Hope Meadow Street with over 1,207 linear feet of frontage on the south side property line, again, which fronts West Street and Hope Meadow Street. The permanent sign total, it's going to sound like a lot, but it really, you will see the plans. It's a total of 8 ground signs, 2 wall signs, and 1 projecting sign. The ground sign, and if I can share.
You want me to share that?
Sure.
Oh, Linda, let me give you a tip. Around here, we call it Hot Meadow Street, not Hope Meadow.
Hope Meadow, Hop Meadow.
She's got a
Okay.
Philadelphia accent.
Okay.
I for some reason, I spell it with an E all the time. I apologize. I
Okay.
keep forgetting it's HOP.
Well, we're not picking on you. I just thought I'd give you a little help.
All right,
She's from Philadelphia. You have to cut her a break.
Jersey girl, y'all.
They have extended O's.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Okay,
for that.
could you see on the screen, the artwork, the package?
Oh, we see you.
You're not sharing.
Okay, let me try again. Could you, can you see that?
I could see, yes, we see your files.
Okay. All right, so Linda, do you want to start with this page?
Well, I don't see the plans yet.
Oh, they're not on?
No, we're only seeing the file
we see the
names.
file, so you would have to, like you did before, exit there and click on the sign master plan.
Okay,
You're sharing the file explorer and not the
Yeah.
display.
am I there yet?
All right,
Yes.
perfect.
We're about
Thank you.
halfway through now already.
Yeah, I apologize.
That's okay.
I'm only 20 or 30 Zoom meetings into this, and I'm starting to get it.
You got it. So the signs are the 8 ground signs, the 2 wall signs, and the 1 projecting are all identified A, B, C, D, all the way to H. Oh no, I'm sorry, to K. The main sign is sign A. It's right in the intersection, of Hot Meadow and West Street. That sign is 20 square feet per face. And if you'd like to know more about the design, Lauren can speak more to that. But the total height of the sign, including the structure, is 12 feet. But with the sign itself, it's about 9 feet tall from the bottom to the top of the sign. Again, 20 square feet in line with section 9.6, which allowed for signs not to exceed 20 square feet. Also, with the proposal is 2 new 10 square feet secondary signs. There it is, one on the West Street driveway entrance, and the second being on Hot Meadow Street on the east side of the property, south side property line. If you want to show that one, Lauren. They look exactly the same. Yeah, I'll have to skip over.
No.
There it is.
And you'll have to excuse the wild field. We had to leave it that way for some markings that will be tamed down and groomed.
So that's on the north side of the driveway then?
I'm sorry. the
Yes. North side.
Yes.
Has that been removed, or that's not a replacement, that's a new sign?
Well, there was a sign there at one time.
Okay.
It's defunct.
Well, I'm glad my eyes aren't deceiving me. When I drove by there today, there's no sign in that location.
No. There's pumpkins.
Okay,
Okay, so you have those 2 signs there. And a total of 5 ground directional signs. Those are signs B, D, G, I, and J. Well, they all look pretty much the same square footage and height. Oof. There's one. That's another.
B.
If you look at the, it can get confusing now, but yes. I think you covered them all. Those were 5 ground sign at 4 square feet. Again, giving direction of offices and locations on the site. We believe it'll create a better traffic flow and direct people to the right side of the building for those entrances. Also, we have the 2 wall signs at 2.5 square feet. And those are more landmark signs identifying more of the facility as Palmer Hall. That's one. And the second one being H. If you can show that one, Lauren. Look, there it is, the church offices.
So that one is just letters, or is it actually on a plaque?
Letters.
it is. And that is your proposal, a total of 60 square feet for ground signs. That's including the main sign, the 2 secondary signs, and the directionals. 5 square feet of wall signs. That includes the church office sign and I believe it was Palmer Hall. And the projecting sign being at 3.75 square feet. And those are the signs tonight before you for your consideration.
Okay, questions from the commissioners?
Just a refresher for me, Dave. Does the DRB see this stuff?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, sir?
Has the DRB had an opportunity to look at these signs, the proposed signs, or is that not typical?
My name is Lauren Rosen. I own Artifacts. Hi, and thanks for having us tonight. We've reviewed it with design review, and we have their approval.
That was done earlier tonight, Bruce.
And it's an approval as submitted. There's no suggestions, no comments, nothing, just.
Well, they had questions, so I clarified materials, techniques, etc.
I do want to say there was one quick, I believe, suggestion was on the north side of that entrance where the 10 square feet secondary sign was. The bottom, they wanted it landscaped to a height that wouldn't exceed or cover the sign.
So it was a positive referral from the design review board with the recommendation of low growth plants that will not obstruct the sign itself in a mulched bed.
Is it a lit sign?
The only sign that's lit is the sign that's replacing the main sign that's in place now on Hot Meadow. They're very close in size. So the lighting technique that we're using is wash lighting. So we have some lighting that's buried in the crown molding and it washes downward. Also in this piece that's affixed to the arm, there's lighting that's concealed. It's called the stencil cut push through letter. The fronts of the letters are opaque and they glow around the perimeter. We recently used a similar technique at Ethel Walker.
Yep. Those signs are going up now. They look great.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate the kind words.
And this has a very similar feel to it.
Yeah, it's going to have a
Design-wise.
similar feel.
If this
Same
particular sign,
materials.
the small text on here, I mean, it looks very small on screen, but is it visible from Hot Meadow Street?
I would say this. I would say it's secondary copy. The main message, First Church of Christ, of course, the name of the establishment is the most important, but it was very important to the congregation to have this moniker, United Church of Christ, open and affirming. Really part of their bedrock right now. I spoke about simplicity. We went back and forth. We weeded out as much copy as we possibly could, and we have it boiled down to the essence of what the congregation feels they have to tell the public. As their sign consultant and fabricator, I've done the very best I can to present this information in the most legible form possible.
Okay, because you got a lot of different text types there, font types. And the established is really hard to read.
And there's no way that's going to be read from the road, not from Hot Meadow Street and Simsbury. But
Well, I think the intent is to have it there symbolically.
I don't object to it.
I don't object to it. It's just, that text is
Yeah.
very hard to read.
But Kevin, if you look below, there's a sidewalk there. People going back and forth to 1 West Street will be able to see it.
Right.
Yeah, there's tons of them.
Well, some of them know it already.
And cars will be stopped at that intersection, so it'll, and that sign's 3 feet 9 inches wide. That text is gonna be pretty big. You know, does it meet all the, whatever the, guidelines would be for primary text? Probably not, but it's secondary text. Everybody driving by is gonna know that that's the First Church of Christ.
They don't need the sign, really.
Fair.
Got the steeple.
Okay, great.
Okay, any other comments from the commission? Do we have any comments from the public? Laura?
I received no public comment on this.
Okay. Okay, and I guess we're considering closing the public hearing. Anybody have any comments on that? Can we have a motion to close the public hearing?
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Mike Doyle,
I'll second it.
second by Bruce.
Yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Ann, are you around?
Didn't-
I don't hear her. Okay.
No, I'm here. I'm here. Am I allowed to vote?
Yes,
Oh, then yes, I'm voting.
okay.
Well, point of order, you'd have to reappoint Diane first.
Reappoint Diane for.
Vice-
I think I
Molly.
was, oh, I was for
You're
Anne.
for
Hold
Ann,
on.
but we'll reappoint her for Donna. So,
And I may have to leave before this is over.
okay, well,
Sorry.
vote now. You did vote 6-0. Anybody opposed? I didn't hear any opposed or abstain. So it carries 6-0. We're closing the public hearing. Thank you, Ann. Okay, now the next application, 2123,
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
is a little bit of a question to me because it's a site plan amendment and I'm not sure that it requires a public hearing.
It does not require a public hearing, and looking at this agenda now, it was placed there by mistake.
So
So it should just be under new business.
was it noticed in the paper?
This one was not.
Okay, can we have a motion to move this application or? We've got it already below under applications. So let's have a motion to delete that from the public hearing section.
So moved.
We have a
I'll
second,
second it.
second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained. It carries 5-0. 6-0. Ann's here. Carries 6-0. We've deleted that from the public hearing section. Okay, the next order of business is to consider application 2121. And we have a report from the staff, which I'm trying to get to. Oop. Okay, Laura already read us the content of the staff report. We have a proposed draft motion. And unless anybody has any other ideas, I think we should go ahead and vote on this moratorium.
Just
Anybody
one a finer point, Dave. I think maybe others are on top of this, but the attachment A and the motion itself identifies the effective date as November 8th. But I don't know, we could just assume people can figure out what 1 year is from November 8th, but I have a suspicion we would do well to put in the ending date.
Let's see, where's our motion?
It's at the bottom of that sheet that Mike signed in the sort of midway down. He put a signature on it. It's dated October 18th. And the motion is like. the
Oh, I'm
bottom-
sorry. I clicked on the wrong thing. That's where the staff motion is.
Yeah, the bottom quarter of the page is the motion.
Right. Okay, do you want to make that motion with that modification?
Yeah, well, and just, so the date is actually on the next page. It falls on page 2 of that, or the second page of that document.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm confusing myself. Yeah, it's on a second page, but so we're clear about that, now should I read it, or would we just identify it for vote as?
You can make the motion to identify it if you want.
Well, I'll make the motion that we approve the motion that Mike provided a draft for us. That's a motion to approve application 2121 of the Simsbury Zoning Commission, applicant Michael Glidden, CFM, CZEO, agent, application to the zoning regulations, the addition of section 2.6 to the regulations for the purpose of a temporary and limited moratorium on cannabis established in Simsbury for a period of 1 year, effective November 8th, and concluding on, at the end of the day, November 7th, 2022. End of motion.
Here, a
Second
second.
that.
Second, Mike. Further discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? None. Abstained? None. Okay, it carries 6-0. Thank you. Okay, the next one is the consideration of the text amendment. No, I'm sorry, we did that. Consideration of the First Church sign application for special exception.
Now, is there a staff memo on this?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which folder is it in?
689 Hop Meadow Street sign package.
All right, it's on the signed package one, not. Yep, staff, okay, because there's 2 folders for the. Okay, got it.
I was surprised that that area of town was R40. That was a miss by me, I guess. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Do you think it was part of the town center code?
Yeah, I thought it was in the center code.
Yeah. I can't remember why we didn't find a way to do something for the other two churches that are included in the town center, Methodist and St. Mary's. And
Yep.
yeah,
So did we find a,
so I don't have a copy of the staff report.
Ann, could you mute for a minute?
So
Okay,
maybe
thank
Laura
you.
could read it to us.
Laura, can you tell us?
Sure. I'm sorry. I didn't hear your question.
We are having trouble finding the staff report.
Oh,
It's really basic. It really just reads out what we already know, which is basically that the church is coming to us looking for more signage.
Okay. What is there a draft motion?
There is a draft motion.
There is, and you have to go over the 6 criteria for a special exception.
Right,
Oh, my gosh.
and I saw that somewhere. No.
Yeah, it's on page
It's in
2.
there.
I'm good at bumbling my way through those if you guys want to pay attention. I'll read it.
Okay,
Okay.
All right.
oh, there it is, I found it.
I'll make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve application 2122 of the First Church and Ecclesiastic Society of Simsbury, Inc. Applicant Linda Lerno, of Artifact Signs, agent applicant for a special exception pursuant to section 9.6 of the zoning regulations for the construction of new permanent signs for identification and public purposes at an institutional land use per plans provided, zone R40, located at 689 Hop Meadow Street. Pursuant to section 12.1 of the zoning regulations, the commission makes the following findings for issuance of a special exception. 1, orderly development. 2, property values.
You gotta go over those. We gotta actually
Okay.
discuss
So 1, say that again?
you gotta actually discuss the fact that that we find that the section is not applicable.
Okay, so 1, orderly development, the section is not applicable to the request. 2, property values, the proposed signage will have a positive effect on the surrounding area. 3, public safety, the applicant has demonstrated that the introduction of the planned signage will help any identification issues. 4, traffic considerations, the proposed signage will help identification of the facility to drivers. 5, landscaping and buffers. Landscaping will not be affected by the sign upgrades. 6, the relationship to the utility systems, drainage systems, and impact on the community facilities. This section is not applicable to the request. The special exception approval is subject to the following conditions. 1, an administrative zoning permit is required for the project. And 2, the commission authorizes staff to act on our behalf concerning minor modifications, changes to the approved site plan as it relates to the landscaping, grading, lighting, and utility layouts. Requests for modification are made in writing and approved by staff prior to implementation in the field.
Wait a second.
I'll second it. Oh, Diane's first.
Diane beat you to the gun. Okay.
Right.
Seconded by Diane. Any further comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Carry 6-0. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. That was a yeoman's job.
Yeah, tough slugging there.
Okay. Application
Thanks for the help,
2121. I believe the recommendation on this application is to table it. We're waiting for the town engineer to produce a report. And I believe the zoning or DRB is waiting for them to return with material specifications. So can I have a motion to table application 2123?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I move to table application 2123.
Second it.
Second by Mike. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain? Carry 6-0. Table till the next meeting. Okay, general commission business. Laura, anything that,
Nothing at this time, Mr. Chair.
Dang it, I was hoping I have one more crack at signage.
Is this your last one, Mike?
I believe it is.
No, there's
No.
another meeting.
there's a meeting, a lame duck meeting. So you'll have one more.
Oh, yeah, I do. I guess I do have one more.
Yep. Now, I did call Joe Beal, who's now the chairman of the Simsbury Chamber, the president of the Simsbury Chamber, and asked him if they would give us their comments. I know that it's kind of died over there at the chamber, and he said he would bring it back up and respond. That was just this week or last week. So I hope we'll get some response from the chamber in the next few days. So that's one thing I can say about that.
Just a suggestion, Dave, when that becomes available, if you get something in writing from them, it would help to have that so we could look at it before the next meeting, but along with whatever was sent to them. So we know kind of what, or we get a refresher on.
I sent them
the response.
the proposed sign,
Oh, okay.
which is, I mean, you have that.
I just want to make it clear that the proposed is not our final draft. It was just a draft because there's some things in there that I would not include.
Well, there's one of the comments is in line with your feelings, so.
Yeah, but we also talked about making a different district, zoning
Yes.
district on 44 properties.
Yeah,
that, you know, so,
Right.
so it's not a
Right.
final draft that we sent to them.
Right.
Was
No, it's a proposed draft that
Yeah.
for discussion. Okay. I think it's time for the Red Sox.
There you go.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Second by Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I
Carries, oh, opposed?